Now then, lads and lasses, how's the doing? Welcome back to the Steady Chronicle. Now, as we're approaching the end of the series, there's like 2 episodes left or something after this one. This is basically going to focus on my favourite things, favourite buses, and leading on to models, as I've got a gang of them lined up here, and things like that. So, obviously, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. It's sitting here. Favourite drink is a good old can of Yellow Monster. I don't go too crazy on them anymore. I have calmed down a little bit with them. I used to drink like 2 a day, every day. Because obviously they're bad for you, so I wasn't going to go completely nuts. I figured 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Probably good. I'm still here, so I'm good. Even then, I've cut back even still, because I know you're going to be like, Steady, they're really bad for you. Everybody says that. I know. So I have 1 a day. Sometimes not even 1 a day. Just if I have 1, that's my 1 that day. Sometimes before work, sometimes on a day out. I have 1 now. That's my 1 a day. They need to sponsor me. Number 2. Favourite drink, Iron Brew. Your Scots know how to make a beverage. Iron Brew is definitely up there. I went to Scotland for the first time in some quantity of years ago. Tried one. You know what? It's pretty good stuff. So every time I go up there, get an Iron Brew. Go to McDonald's, Iron Brew on tap. Best thing ever. Iron Brew on tap from a McDonald's. Nowhere else does that. You find me anywhere that does an Iron Brew on tap. You can go to Scotland. So I started getting Iron Brew flavoured things. For example, just chilling here because I've still got some humbugs. Still working on those because I went on a trip sometime early in 2022 and it's tradition to go to the Jewel Astor or in more recent times at other places because they've started selling them in other places now and get some of those and the bonbons and the pastels because they do other things too, only in Scotland. So there you go, and you can get things like rock and I think ice cream and stuff like that. Maybe not ice cream, but other snacky, desserty things that's Iron Brew flavoured that I've tried. I think there's even like a WKD Iron Brew, which I gave a go once and was like, no, that's wasn't too keen on that one. But yeah, Iron Brew, definitely like number 1 favourite drink. And then probably like a Coke Vanilla. Bring back full sugar Coke Vanilla, by the way, for the UK. Favourite food, things like pasta, pizza, pretty much anything Italian, I guess. Mostly those 2 things. Anything with pasta in, really, I'm there. Like spag bol, carbonara, I think it's called, pasta bakes, all that stuff. I'm there. I'm like, fill me up on one of those. Tesco meal deals, and they do them pasta pots that are like $2.75, and you can get like a drink and a snack for 25p. Yes, please. I'm gonna get that. Favourite hot drink. I've mentioned cold drink. Favourite hot drink. Good old cup of tea from Yorkshire. Obviously. I do drink coffee and hot chocolate, preferably a milky coffee and milky tea. 2 sugars in either of those. Hot chocolate, I suppose it depends where it's from, what it is. If it's that really bitter, like cheap hot chocolate, I'm going to throw a couple of sugars in that just to sweeten it up because it's meant to be a bit sweet. Hot chocolate that my work does, McDonald's, that's nice enough as it is. You're winning right there. So that's just stays as is. Coffees, I like just white coffee or latte, or even a caramel latte if I'm really in that sort of mood. But yeah, that's about it for those ones. Favourite number? Well, this is where we're now transitioning into the bus world. Obviously 82 is my, I guess, current favourite number alongside 41, because, there we go. Look, here's what I made earlier. Here's what I messed up earlier. I should make that in like a blooper section. But there you go. There's TVM. 33882. 82, kind of like my favourite number because of her. I don't really have a favourite number as such. There's a fly. Get off. There's a fly going around here. Shout out to the fly that's trying to make a cameo. Yeah, outside of the bus world, I don't really have a favourite number. It's thanks to some buses that I have a favourite number. So 82 for 82. Previous to that is 41. Now, that I guess kind of also works with buses with 41 on the fleet number as well. But it actually really goes back to like 2004. When we got the right Geminis, the B7's brand new. They were like really exciting back in the day to me. Because obviously I kind of remember the ALX 400's brand new. But it's the Geminis that really stuck out to me. The curvy design, the bigger staircases and things like that, they really stood out to me. Obviously first bought a gang of them, and Transdev bought like 2 sets of them. So they really stood out to me. So obviously the first ones are the ones that I typically caught. And then I found out they did a model of them, because for my 10th birthday I got some models. Look here, my OG models from 20 years ago nearly are here. I got 31804, my other favourite bus, because of the model, because of being a Gemini, which we had. So I was like, oh, we have those. Its destination is halfway centre via Westfield, number 41. So instantly, an instant favourite. I could relate it to stuff we have here. So there you go. That's winning right there. Previous to that one, my, I guess, first favourite number was 63, which was another bus model. Lead City Link, 63 horseworth. That was 3292, I think the fleet number is. Can't see it from this view. But 63 was also kind of a local route. It did Eden Drive to Holton Dial, I think. Possibly. Something like that. Something through Leeds and somewhere to the other side. So that was like my first favourite number before 41 and 82. So yeah, those have always kind of stuck. And 33 as well, because it's another local route. Not so much a favourite number as such, but one I liked for that reason. And there's like so many bus models made for the 33 in Leeds. I don't think anywhere else has as many models made for a route than we do on that one. Feel free to tell me if there is. But yeah, shall we get into the actual models? Now, bear with, they are 20 years old nearly, or some of them more. I think the Solo came out in 1999, so that's much older. So the Solo and the Dart were my first 2 models. So obviously, being a kid, what do kids do? They play with the models. So excuse the conditions. I have some here that are repurchased for brand new, so I can display them, and I can keep these, sentimental ones to the side. But these are my OG models. There you go. Look. This thing. My little Solo. It's like my first, alongside this one, ever bus models. There you go, the 63. OGs. Those are the 2 that have been around the longest. Okay, excellent parking there. Yeah, those 2 came first. I can't remember when. They've always been with me, so I guess since new, like 99, and I can't remember when the 63 one came out. And then next up, I've got to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 possibly altogether, but I've since got rid of those. Hang on. 11? Who knows? 5, 6, 8, 11, yeah. Don't have them all now. I did have 3 bendies. I've since passed them on to somebody else. There was the first London B7 Lally. There was the first Southampton B7 Lally that was branded, and a NTT Solar Fusion for the 58, I think that one was. Possibly, yeah. So I did have all 3 of those, but passed them on for someone else to use for parts for other bus models or whatever they did with them. But other than that, the rest are here. So again, excuse the condition, I do have these ones. I've also noticed the paint started to wear away on these, so no idea what's going on there. But these first 3 are the ones I played the hell out of with. I took them everywhere with me. You know, when you take your favourite toy out? Well, I took these ones out. I don't know how well this is going to go over on YouTube. But there you go. That's 31804. Now scrapped. I guess now both scrapped. Rest in peace. Okay. A 36. Hands down, best bus, best livery, best spec, whatever, well ahead of its time. We need one of these. Mr. Hornby, I know you still got one left in service. Spend a little money. Let's bring this back, please. With this, this was a game changer. Because it was the first low floor bus, or the first bus in some quantity of time to feature leather seats again. So we need that back again. And my coastline there. This was the other one that I took out with me. It was like that piece here. There's a piece missing. The windscreen fell off, and this piece missing. Fell off somehow. I can't remember. On a trip to Whitby. Some 15 years ago, I think, if not longer. So somewhere in the North Sea, I guess, is a piece of coastline floating around. Some fish be like, I've seen the real thing of that. So yeah, those were the ones that I mostly played with as a kid. So those are the ones I replaced. I also had the little Dart MPD, which I think was from Wales. You little dusty. There we are. 43840. I think you have since been scrapped too. I don't know where his bonnet's gone. His bonnet disappeared. He did have a bonnet. I don't know where his bonnet gone. I don't know if it fell in a box or because I've moved around loads. Since I got all these, so it could be anywhere. Scottish Dart to complement the CityLink. This wasn't a Leeds one, and for ages I thought it was, until I realised that Galashiels is up north, because they did one of these 4 Leeds in this livery for the 55. So I ended up having to buy that one myself. But yeah, for God knows how long as a kid, I thought that was like one of ours. That one's 40902 for those that are interested. But yeah, there you go. This next one didn't come as is. This came as a first Centurion. I think it was down in Essex somewhere. I can't remember the fleet number. Possibly something like 654 or T-Reg. Something like that. First bus one. I sent it off to have repainted by, come on Brian, Alex Spencer, I think. Lancashire 31 on Flickr and whatnot. Some quantity of years ago, but he did it. in Keithley livery. I know what you're gonna say. Steady, there is one of these already, an official. There's 2 versions of it. Well, back when I had this first done, I didn't know about that, and I'm still looking for either or. My next one is another 33, and it's the Royale. One of the best buses that they made for Leeds. Well, just generally. I guess TVM's grandfather? Yeah, something like that. 30786, which rest in peace in 2012, if I remember correctly. Got another one because I played the hell out of that one too. And finally, the Coastliner Royale, which is it this one that's preserved, or yeah, I think it's this one that's preserved. Because I think there's a first bus version of it that I still need to get, and that's who's preserved it. I think they're putting it back into this. But there you go, that's 437. All those last ones I got for my 10th birthday back in 2004. So that's those ones. Then I had this one repainted by Alex as well, which is based off the hybrid demo we had in Leeds in 2010. Look, it still says 45. So before 7 Series. Dusty. And I quite like this livery. Like, I think Corgi should have somehow made a B5LH Gym 2 and do one of these and some other ones. I did have a Dynamo version done of 39203, and I did that for my dad as a Christmas present because it was named after Billy Brenner, who was a former Leeds player. This was before the second batch of hybrids got named, so I didn't get a Lucas Rugby one, but yeah, I did that for him, and it was chuffed. And then finally, these last 2 I've got here, these sit by my computer, is Yorkie, of course. I've got 2 boxed ones with my Yorkie collection over there. This is the one that's featured in a video before, or possibly even 2 videos before, Boxing Days, when a driver's had Yorkie and I've gone and taken this one out, gone for pictures. Did I bring this one with me last year? Because last year Yorkie went to Bradford for the first time, and I can't remember now if I took this one with me for photos. It snowed on that day. Can't remember. 2020 though was with Mr. Dino, and that was on 42s. And he had Yorkie for most of that day, and took it then. So, which version are you anyway? 87. What's now the 14? So I've got the 33 as well. The 33 I think I pre-ordered. That was the first one I got, and then eventually I got the 87. And then I got that one for that reason. And finally, my little lineup here. Newport and Miss City. One of 2. I have a boxed one somewhere over yonder over there. But yeah, I got this one. This one I was going to have painted to match JSU when JSU was going to be painted into rainbow style. This one's number 42, YN5480B, which I'm going to have to do some Googling. I can't remember where it is. It rest in peace. Now, an interesting thing as well, because JSU's down in Barnsley at Mr. Hardwick's, gone for scrap, sadly. XNT is in service in Barnsley. That's 55 and 53. And 54? Oh, I forgot now which one it is. I'm going to flash it up if I remember. 54 is in like Jeff Ripley's or somewhere. So there's like 3X Newports, all from the same batch, all like in Barnsley. like I was kind of excited when I saw I think it was 54. JKE. Yeah, 54. So 53, 54 and 55 are all in Barnsley, or were all in Barnsley. Yeah. So there you go. There's my bus history model thing. I'm gonna do a second part, I guess, to this because I realised this is a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. And I'm going to talk about some of my new models that I've got, I guess, and which ones are my favourites and things like that. So, yeah, I'll see you in that one.